right, I have finished season 3 of Attack on Titan. Overall, season as a whole, no spoilers. I enjoyed season 3, but just talking about the first part of season 3, because part 2, I need to settle on a few things. I need some more time to think about it. But overall, I like season 2 the best. I'm not sure if I like. No, I think I also like season 1 more than part 1 of season 3. Again, we're not talking about part 2 right now. I got some things over. But I still really enjoyed this season as a whole. It's just that, spoiler free, I felt like the situation that the scouts and the group found themselves in, I wanted more desperation. I wanted more a feeling of dread kind of thing. Instead, it felt more like this is an opportunity to get our hands dirty is how they set it up. It really didn't feel that much different than what we've done in the past. Maybe a little. It's hard to say anything without spoilers. But it seemed more of an opportunity to show off their skills, and we got plenty of them showing off their skills in the last couple seasons. This wasn't new. They're awesome. They're all amazing. I love Levi, obviously. But then it really just felt like a win after win after win, presented as oh, we're the underdogs right now. But I'm like, you're really holding all the cards. Aside from Eren being Eren and him being completely desperate and depressed and self-hatred, as his character development has changed from hatred of Titans to, hey, Titans are humans. I feel betrayed by these humans, and I have now a hatred for you, to, in part 3 here, a internal hatred directed at himself. And I don't like characters whose entire main personality trait is just hatred pointed in different directions. Granted, he obviously cares about Mikasa and Armin, and I wish I had more time with the three of them, or two of the three of them, just interacting together. We got a little bit. But the only time I like Eren and Mikasa are when they're interacting either with each other or Armin, and that being said, when Eren and Mikasa are interacting together, it's more her subtly being in love with him, and I'm not a fan of that. So really, there's very few times I like either of those two. I only like them when Armin's around. That is not to say I hate this season whatsoever. It is definitely really good. I'm also just a little bit shocked because Attack on Titan has a reputation of being one of the greatest animes ever made. Maybe that's only applying to modern anime, but how I've been told about this season, it is one of the greatest animes ever made. And it is living up to that reputation more or less in terms of animation, especially this recent season. Absolutely gorgeous. And I love the mystery that was set up in season 2, and then we're getting more mystery in part 1 of season 3, and then slowly answers are coming about until the end when you get all the answers and more answers, and I love that. I just don't feel like this is going to be a series that even cracks my top 10. And definitely, I don't know if it's going to be an all-time favorite. I don't see it happening unless season 4 is like absolutely phenomenal, out of this world. I'm still enjoying this. It is a really good series. I will recommend it going forward. I have very, very few complaints. It's just in the grand scheme of anime that I've watched, there are more that have hit me more emotional or have themes that I just love more. So if you are somebody who loves Attack on Titan, when did it become an all-time favorite? What season was it that you're like, oh my god, this is something special? Because that hasn't hit me yet. But that being said, I do love a good mystery. And the reveal that happened in this season, I just need to sit with it a little tiny bit longer. But maybe I'll change my mind once I reflect on a few things. Wrapping up my thoughts for spoiler-free. Favorite characters stand out, Historia and Hanji. Absolutely adore these two. For so many reasons, I absolutely love them. I really liked the human versus human antagonist that's going on. I like the political side of thing. I think if this had been slowed down, or if we added a few scenes that really played up the desperation in the situation that they found themselves in, make it feel hopeless, that is what I was looking for. but everything felt so beat, this plot point, this plot point, this plot point, without like stewing in the consequences of the actions, without an internal struggle. It's so focused on the external human attack that's coming at them that we don't get to see them being thrown into this new environment and having to deal with the situation they find themselves in, because as soon as they find themselves in this situation, they already have a plan, they're executing that plan, the plan succeeds, and I'm just like, we couldn't have spread this out. These 5 episodes should have been 10 episodes to me. And then everything that happened in the second half of season 3 could have been pushed to the next season. Like, I feel this should have had more seasons. Part 1 of season 3 just felt a little bit too fast. But then we get into the second half of part 1 of season 3. It's hard to talk about. Okay, so part 3 was so many episodes long. The first 5 episodes or so, I feel, should have been stretched out to be like 10 episodes, and then the second half of part 1 could have taken up the rest of the season. I really did love the second half of part 3. But, and then the final part be its own season, I would have loved that. It's just, I felt like this was a little bit rushed, especially certain characters who were introduced, and then I feel like they should have had more screen time to make their interactions more emotional, because they had a great personality, and I just wanted them to be in the story longer, so they felt like a proper antagonist. So that's all I got for spoiler free. On to spoiler talks as I'm watching it, and then I'll cut in for final spoiler talks at the end. Side note, I've already finished all of season 3. Please leave any moments of through anything in season 3 that you want me to talk about for the next video in the comment sections, and if you have not finished season 3, proceed with caution into the comment section. Alright, check-in 1 for Attack on Titan Season 3. Levi is still a clean freak, and Eren was freaking out when people were tracking mud into his, what he thought was clean, but not Levi standard clean area that they're hiding out in, so that's hilarious. I still don't like Mikasa, really at all. Probably one of my least favorite characters. What happens next? Oh, Pastor Nick has been murdered. He got all his fingernails ripped off, which is how we know he did not give up information, because you would have given up said information when the first one, maybe even before the first one got ripped off. So he didn't talk. But Hanji and Levi got a kick out of torturing some other people for information and tricking them into talking, so that was good for them. We have cowboys that have ODM equipment. So Kenny had raised Levi and is now trying to kill him because he's working for the internal police, and they were all, like, beneath the, in the underground cities, and when you learn how big the world is, you just want to get out and explore, you're not going to go back to what you once knew, so not sure how I feel about Kenny at this point in time. Levi doesn't like him, so I don't like him. They killed the guy who was blocking off the tunnel in Season 1, but it turns out he was actually a good guy, and had been trying to help the people of that district not starve to death, so using his resources for semi-good. I'm sure he was also still trying to make a profit, but the internal police end up killing him. His son witnessed it, and the scouts are being blamed, so they're on the run and are planning to overthrow the government and reinstate the actual royal family, who are Reiss, and put Historia on the throne, because the current royal family is a fake. And it's going to be a totally bloodless coup of overthrowing the government, reinstating a different reigning empire, royal family, and everyone is going to be totally chill about that. That is their plan. It's an absolutely terrible plan. I know they have no reference of history past 100-odd years, but this is not going to end well. We're really diving into no one is the good guys right now. Like, Levi's using people as human shields. It was absolutely wonderful, though, when he took the, shotgun, he's behind the bar, and he just flicks it behind to get Kenny in the doorway, but like, he's, like, wearing a bulletproof vest, but still, love that moment. Jean hesitated to kill somebody because he said they were hesitating, but they were, either one was about to die, and Armin was actually the one to shoot the one who was about to kill Jean. So, love that, but Armin's, like, doesn't know what to do with himself now that he's killed a human, and really not happy. Mikasa's still freaking out because Eren has been kidnapped along with Historia. I'm still annoyed that Mikasa's freaking. I get he's your brother, you love him, you're also in love with him. I don't like Mikasa at all. My favorite part so far was when Hanji was about to torture the government buddy. They're like, I'm a novice to torture, so bear with me. And it's basically like rip off fingernails and everything. It's like, who starts torturing people without asking questions first? And she's like, oh yeah, we have some questions for you. So that's great. The one having, like, they're loyal to the true king or something like that, is talking about how the only reason that the government has survived or the society has survived this long is for the work that they're doing. So they stopped from people from flying, which makes sense. Like, you can't have people seeing too much of the vast outside. And I didn't even think to question, like, how come we haven't invented some kind of flying technology in this universe? Apparently, they don't want people to fly. There was a teacher who was asking too many questions. Now, at first, I thought it was someone else, but apparently it was Erwin's father was the teacher being tortured for suggesting that history only goes back like 170 years, and they're manipulating the mind and are changing facts to manipulate people, control them. The textbooks are not accurately factual. There's like miscommunications or contradictions in the textbooks that they have, and it's the government's lying to the public, so he got tortured to death for that. And they were talking about killing a woman in a, I don't know, cornfield or something like that, and that is definitely Historia's mom, because we learned later, I recognized her at first, so yay me, that she was the mistress of Reiss, which we already know, but she was also hating her daughter. And at first, I'm like, oh no, she's separating herself from the daughter to keep her safe. No, she just wanted to live and didn't have the guts to kill her own child. So she didn't, and started pleading, I have no relation to that kid. Do whatever you want to her, but let me go. I'm like, good mother, good mother. Historia's got, this is why she got some issues. But she's now with her father. Is she going to be willing to betray him for the scouts? Because they're relying on putting her on the throne. But now that she has a parent's love, supposedly, it's definitely fake, I don't know if she'll be willing to do it. Is she going to be the one to eat Eren to gain Titan shifting powers? Is there a different Titan shifter that's going to eat Eren to get his powers of control over the Titans? Is that going to be Reiss? Is it the current king? Who in the government is currently a shifter? Also, Erwin, like, his father should have told him, hey, what I'm telling you will get us all killed. Don't tell your child friends about it, because it's a secret. He did not tell him it was a secret. It's not his fault his father got killed. And finally, at the point I'm at now, is Annie's friends from the military police just found out that she was actually the shifter who killed all these people in the fight. It's the first time that they've really been faced with death with inside the inner walls, compared to the scouts who face this kind of death and massacre on a basically daily basis or anytime they leave the wall. You can imagine how traumatizing it'd be for them to see Titans for the first time, to witness all the bodies, to have to bury them, to take them away. So I like, what's their name? Marlo and Hitch, something like that. I'm liking those. I like their introduction. I like where they started. Marlo's a little bit too enthusiastic. I'm going to make the world a better place. I joined the wrong regiment. I should have been with the scouts if I want to make a change, but I'm with you guys now. He's a little bit too motivated, goody two-shoes. But I like Hitch. I don't know. I feel like I'm saying her name wrong. But I like her. She seems to have genuinely cared for Annie or wanted to get to know her more. And alright, that's all I got. We're going to continue on. Alright, yes, I'm on the floor, but Wall Rose has been breached. So they only have Wall Cena, which cannot hold everybody. Colossal and Armored Titan apparently broke it down. I say apparently because I trust nobody in any show ever. My thought is that because Erwin just put the idea of a full civil war would break out, as there wouldn't be enough resources if Walrose were to fall, and they were to have disbanded and killed all the scouts, including himself, to fight the Titans and retake that land, even Maria, then it would result in civil war, not enough food, the death of all humanity. So he put that notion in their head first, before this lady broke in, and I'm assuming she's with Pixis guy Actually, I'm almost positive she is. Like, she looks familiar. To say that the wall fell, even though it didn't. That being said, that is 2 fake out wall breaks that they're going to do. I feel like they're going to do it again. And it's to put doubt in those in authority to show that they would sacrifice everybody. So to get the military police on their side to say, hey, the internal cops and everything, they only care about themselves. They don't care about the people, so you should work with us to show how selfish the upper people are. That is my current thought. Haha, Zachary just showed up. It was a false alarm. That's literally the only line that I've read so far. So, we're going to see if this was actually their plan. Maven, can you not, please? Cat's under the impression that I speak Japanese and can block the subtitles. Alright, so Uno reverse card because they were going to execute Erwin because he supposedly put his life goals and the scouts above that of humanity. That's why they claimed they didn't hand over Eren. They wanted to keep the power for themselves and whatever. And then it's that decision to not let the refugees into Walsina show that, hey, actually, you guys are the ones putting your ambitions and life over that of humanity. So that got Erwin off, got the people in charge that are being the fake royalty out, and reestablished the military to be in charge again. And they also had a setup where the boss of that merchant buddy, the son of the merchant buddy, tricked the military police into revealing that, hey, actually, we were the ones who killed him and set up the scouts. And then they printed it in newspapers. A bunch of people heard the confession. My only complaint right now is it all happened so quickly and so easily. I'm like 4 episodes in. Is it 4 episodes? Oh, I'm sorry, 5 episodes. That doesn't make much of a difference. So we've had them go on the run, be fugitives, plan a coup, execute the coup, and succeed in the coup, all in those 5 episodes. It feels a little rushed. Beat, 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 done. No lingering in the fallout kind of thing. So that's my complaint right there. But I'm not complaining too much because we still have the mystery of what they're planning to do with Eren. Apparently, we're questioning whether or not Eren was a Titan who ate somebody to get his powers, become a Titan kind of thing. So is it possible that we had a brief line about memory erasure? Is it possible that being immortal as a Titan and becoming human, he had his Titan memories erased or had memories erased from previous life, and he's actually older than we think he is? That's a little bit tinfoil hatty for me. Not a big fan of that, considering we met his family. Not sure if Historia is going to stay on our side. I feel she's going to eventually turn to our side, but we're going to have at least a little bit of time of, this is my one surviving parent, and I need to do what they say, because she's now with her father, Reiss, who is the actual king. And apparently his entire family had just been burnt to death in a church fire, supposedly set up by bandits. But like the church completely burned, which would take a lot of time. There's no evidence of Titans. I'm going with they were doing some witchcraft stuff, and it did not go well because they needed whatever power Eren has. And now they're ready to take it. And I don't know if Historia is going to be the one to eat them. There's something about bloodlines, and she has the bloodline, and that's why they so wanted her back. Is it just because they need an adult, grown-up version? Like, couldn't he have more kids? Or did his, like, wife have the proper bloodline he married into the family? I don't think so. I'm going with more we just can't deal with a baby right now, because otherwise he could just have another kid, even though he lost his first family. But it's like, I already got this one, so let's use Historia. We'll see what happens. Alright, so I've already got some issues with the season. I'm on episode 7, and Levi and them are about to break in to rescue Eren and Historia. They're in the underground crystal ceremony ritual place beneath the old church. And he's like, alright, everyone get ready. From here on out, you're going to have to get your hands dirty. And this feels like it should be a mid-season or finale of the entire season, not like episode 7. And I feel like I needed more time of them being outlaws, executing plans, failing, being on the run, feeling desperate. Instead, it's felt like win after win after win after win. They overthrown the government and everything in no time whatsoever, and it's just their plan was executed before we really even knew a plan was really being enacted, and it's just been over. And now Levi's fighting Kenny as if he's this big bad. And he's a good character. Very strong introduction, skilled, got a strong personality. He has all of the aspects of a fantastic villain. Or at least antagonist, depending on his tragic backstory that we're getting here. But it feels like, oh, we have this long history. And he does have this long history with Levi, but we haven't seen it. He was introduced 6-ish episodes ago, and he's only been in an episode and a half, yet he feels like he should be this should be some grand fight between him and Levi. It's a good fight. Levi's bursting through the fire. The animation, the action, everything is phenomenal. The voice acting, and again, these have good character dynamics, personalities. Both of them have strong personalities, but I don't have any history with the two of them. And that is a huge letdown. I feel like this should have happened later on. Give us time to establish the characters and their dynamic. I'm also shocked that, my tinfoil hat theory was Eren was like ancient, same way Ymiru was. So I don't think that's it. But the fact that it is not mind control, memory erasure, can they manipulate memories? That's my question here. Because according to Ross Buddy, Eren's father wanted power, broke into the ceremony, took Krista's sister, fought her because she had the Titan power and control and everything. And so he took that power from himself and then crushed the rest of the family, and Ross was able to get away. I'm going with he was a coward running away when he lost, probably was actually doing some sketchy stuff and has manipulated the events. But we've seen the events because when they touched Eren's back, we saw what happened. And, or at least little bits of the flashback that don't all line up with what he said. But when he's explaining it, we see that. So I'm not sure if we're supposed to interpret that as exactly what happened, or he's manipulating the memories to make everyone believe that's what happened. Anyway, he's given a syringe to Historia to get the memories of her sister. But the little info card is telling me that that's going to have, like, Titan transforming powers, same way that Eren is freaking out because that's the same syringe that his father had injected into him, and then he has memories of transforming, possibly killing his own father, as his glasses are just chilling right there, and doesn't remember what happened. So if it transforms her into a Titan, it's also, the info card also says contains the spinal fluid, so that works with me for how things are getting passed on. So I guess he's going to turn her into a Titan and then have her eat Eren to get his powers, because suppose maybe him being Ross can't do it. There's a whole lot of weird stuff going on. I'm surprised this show is popular. Not because I think it's a bad show. It's still a phenomenal show. I'm just surprised people enjoy the mind stuff with the memories erasure and that. I'm surprised they took that well. Just the general population, people that I know who have watched this show and enjoyed it. I'm like, I didn't think that'd be your thing. I think most people prefer a more realistic narrative. But that being said, giant titans and weird stuff's been happening from the beginning and it got people hooked. So I'm not all that surprised. Alright, so Reiss is telling Historia that her sister ate the founder Titan, got the memories of the history of the world and all the power, and they could have used that power to defeat all the Titans, which is bull, because if her uncle had that before her, why didn't he or any of the ancestors from 100 years ago use the power to defeat the Titans? So something else is going on. But also, Eren and Historia are related. I refuse to believe otherwise. This show has been using eye color to symbolize these people are related every single time. They did it with Connie and his mother, who was turned into a Titan, and they've done it with Historia and sister Friera, whatever her name, is that how you say her name? I literally just forgot how you say her name. And now we've had a close-up of Eren with a big blue eye, freaking out, and to Historia with her big blue eyes, and they look the exact same. They like faded into each other, and Ross is talking about how this can only be accomplished if the Reiss bloodline is combined with this special power. It already has combined because Eren is an ancestor or related to this bloodline in some way. Refuse to believe otherwise because this show uses eye colors and eye designs this way. Alright, Historia is turning out to be one of my favorite characters because she's about to put the syringe in, give in to all the temptation that her father's been sprouting. She's always wanted a parent's love. Saying about how she's lost her sister because of Eren's father. This is what they had to do for humanity, to save the world. Eren's just like, do it. I'd rather die by your hands. I've been no use to humanity. If this power has to go to a Reiss, let it be you. Just do it. And she's just like, why in 100 years has no one ever stopped the Titans before? I was like, why are you questioning me for? I'm just, trust me. Why didn't you take this syringe? I can't be a Titan. It has to be you. And she's like, no, I sense something's not right here. Screw all of you. You're trying to kill me, and I refuse to die. Because she's been suicidal half this season, or last season, wanting to die admirably and for a noble cause. She would have 100% given her life for the good of humanity, would have taken that syringe and fallen to whatever plan's been laid. But no. She has, like, now been like, I'm going to live selfishly. I'm going to live for me. No one's taking my life from me. She's learned that from her best friend. And now she smashes the syringe, lets it break on the floor, throwing away what father here had been saying is, like, because when my brother had taken that, we had pleaded to our own father to free humanity from the Titans, but he refused. And when my brother took the syringe thing, he also gave up the idea of being free because you become a god or something. The original king wanted Titans to rule over humanity. Humans should be ruled by the Titans. And he doesn't know why. You have to understand the history of the world, which only people with that syringe that just got smashed had. So she runs up, frees Eren's like, I am the enemy of humans right now. I hate all humanity. You survive this, I'm going to burn down the rest. But I'm also an ally to you. So she's a delight. Love Historia right now. Her father, who was very adamant on he will not be the one to become a Titan, is like, well, I can't let this syringe thing go to waste. So he starts licking it up. There's a big difference between injecting something in your bloodstream, drinking it, and even dissolving it under your tongue. I feel like this wouldn't work unless you have like an ulcer in your stomach. He seems very stressed. He probably has an ulcer in his stomach. So he has transformed into, I was going to call him a worm or a centipede Titan, but that's not right. There's still the 4 legs. I'm going to refer to him as a fireworm, even though he's got some arms and legs. I don't know what to tell you. He's bigger than the Colossal Titan. He's breaking a bunch of stuff. There's maybe fire involved. He's very weird looking. I haven't gotten the best look. Eren is having a complete mental breakdown. He's like, I've been useless to humanity. Everyone's come now to try to save him. He's no longer chained up. And he's just finally like, I have to trust in myself, apparently. Even though they were trying to make a run for it, he grabs a vial, eats it, drinks it, breaks it, transforms, and it had the armorant's power in it. So now he created the same thing as the armament too much One Piece. Titan. And formed a shield to protect everybody, so they survived. Yay! Now we gotta deal with Fireworm Titan. Alright, so finished part 2. Not quite sure where I left off in check-ins, but Historia and her father had Eren chained up. He is willing to die, because he's like, I'm not special, I was never worthy of this power, because apparently his father stole this Titan transformation power from Historia's older sister, who was the only one who ever took care of her. And Historia wants those memories that are being passed along through the Reiss bloodline with the Titan inheritance. Because whoever inherits the power, originally, like, it was the brother of whatever his name was, that it was like, I want to free humanity. But when they got the memories of past generations and the first king, it's just like, nope, Titans should suppress all humans, they should be in charge, we should be submitting to them. We don't want to destroy the Titans. So, like, I don't know if the will and memory spirit of the first king literally possesses them. Unlikely. Don't think so. Or if it's a once you realize the truth, you understand that the best position for humanity is to be as everything is now. But that being said, the outsider warriors had said that humanity is destined to be completely destroyed. So what do they know? Unless you have this, what was it, connector lynch point kind of titan that is Eren's controlling all other titans form, then there's a chance for humanity to survive. Then what's the purpose of humanity being dominated over by the titans? I don't know. We sort of lose Kenny because he was such a great he was a good antagonist. He had a great personality, connection with Levi, but like he was barely in any episodes. Very disappointing. Anywho, stuff crashes everywhere. Kenny's team squat it. Sasha saying, I'm with you guys, but I really don't want to die right here. It's a really, really, really good moment that I love when they're in that cave and everything is collapsing random and Eren's end up able to save everybody. Lovely. Love that. And he now has the power to seal up Wall Maria. The main question here is Eren's father. He took the power from Historia's sister, but then he transformed and gave it to Eren. Now, I had thought that I spoiled myself for who the Beast Titan is, because I don't know if this is a spoiler now, so if you haven't finished the series, jump ahead a little bit. I had seen an image on Google, and it was Eren's father next to Eren's father, and then Eren's father with the blonde hair. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, the glasses, the blonde hair, he doesn't have abs probably, but, you know, he could develop them. I thought that was who was coming out of the Beast Titan at the end of season 2. And I'm just like, am I supposed to know who the Beast Titan is or not? Because we're introduced to him at the end of, or near the end of now the halfway point of season 3, and he's talking, and the voice isn't hitting the same way. In fact, he looks more like the Erwin's father, who was a teacher chained up to a wall because he was questioning the memories of society. And it turns out, yeah, no, he was right. So I'm like, I'm completely wrong. I don't know who the Beast Titan is. I thought I spoiled myself for who he was. I was wrong. I don't know who he is. But he is fighting with Bert and Reiner for the permission to go get Annie back, and Beast Titan knocked both of them out. It was like, no, we're still doing this my way. I don't know how I feel about later on them being like, all right, Historia, now you gotta be queen to keep everyone in check. Because we can't just go from monarchy to no monarchy. They'll think we took over the coup for military power. The citizens won't let that fly. And at first, it's just like, how dare you? She's fought this hard to be her own person and live her own life, and now you want to put her in a box as queen, what she does not want to be with the Reiss family and being told what to do. She wants to live her own life. But I think she's kind of taken this as a military order. This is the role that has been assigned to me. These are my orders that are given. I've chosen to be in the military with the scouts, and this is the role that is assigned to me. It's an order. I will follow it through. So she's kind of okay with being queen. It might not be completely just because she can also now punch Levi in the face, which was a delight. I love Levi, but he deserves to kind of be punched in the face. She can punch whoever she wants in the face. I love Historia. I love a selfish character. I love this girl. But the people are very still distrusting of military, saying they did this for power. How can we believe that this random girl is the actual true monarch? But she proves herself, and it's a delight, and it's glorious, and it's beautiful, and it's her plan, and I love it. So, when Reiss, whatever his name was, I was calling him Rodross for a while. That's the Death Note lover in me. That's how that came about. Anywho, Reiss, her father, transforms into Titan, but doesn't have the ability, I guess, to turn back into human. So he's like a centipede monster, ridiculous thing. I was definitely talked about this moment already. I called him a fireworm for a while, and I'm standing by that. And he's dragging himself across the landscape and scraping his face completely off. The citizens do not know that this ginormous, rivaling the colossal Titan is approaching. And the military is just like, okay, practice drill, let's pretend to evacuate, and they're trying not to freak anybody out. And the citizens are just like, I gotta get my shop open. They're like, no, you don't. And then cannon fire, it's nothing, it's all a drill, it's fine. And then they see the Titan come over and they're all freaking out. It's like, we got this. Eren transforms, and there's a group of 3 kids who represent him, Mikasa and Erwin, and they're watching as he's running across with these explosives, because they were banking on the fact that because this colossal-ish fireworm Titan is dragging himself along the bottom, that it'll have no front of him, and they bet right. And it has no mouth, so he tosses the explosives in there to destroy the nape of the neck from the inside. Oh my god, beautiful delight. Love it. Pieces of the Titan rain down on the city, enough that it would actually cause really bad damage, so they're slicing it as it's falling, and Historia gets the finishing blow, and it's witnessed by the people, and she reveals, I am the true queen of this area, and I love it. I could not possibly love any of that more. Absolute delight. Levi ends up having a final conversation with Kenny. Again, such a great development between those two. We had so much time developing their relationship and how difficult and complicated it was. Do I need to read the manga? Is there more of him in the manga? So Kenny apparently is his uncle, because his sister, the Ackermans, she was a prostitute, and he had found her, and she had given birth to Levi, and he was kind of raising him, but refused to be a father figure, and was teaching him how to survive in the underground, and teaching him to fight. Lovely. But eventually left for his own being. He couldn't be a father. And we learned that the Ackermans actually used to be the guards of the king, but fell into dishonor, and it was partly because they're immune to the mind control whatever thing that the royal family can do. So I need to know what magic is involved in all this. How did they get this power? Where did it come from? They ate a Titan. A Titan came out of the sea and they ate it. So that's currently what I'm working with. And that is just based on the end credits from last season. I did like the further flashbacks with Kenny when he met the owner of the Titan shifter power that Eren now has 2 times ago. Because the power of a god made them compassionate, and Kenny had been wondering if a monster like him had this power, would he also be compassionate? But then he realizes, no, it wouldn't work the same way for me. I wouldn't get those memories. It wouldn't be who I am. And he genuinely cared for that previous owner, because he bowed to him and treated him with respect, and was willing to work for him, and he really admired him, yet he was willing to betray him in the end, sort of. He really just wanted that power for himself. I have complicated feelings for Kenny, because I like everything about him on paper. I just wish we had him longer. I just needed more time to get used to his character. If I haven't mentioned already why I love Historia, is going to be because she was talking about how when people are in trouble, she will come for them no matter where they are. She will be someone who protects those who need her, and I love that for her. We learn more about Eren's father, who apparently is from the outside of the wall and didn't know anything coming in. So Beast Titan 1 clearly knows nothing about the inside of the walls. So it's not Eren's dad. I really thought that Google image picture of Eren's dad with blonde hair was the signal to me that, oh, Beast Titan is Eren's dad. But no, we seen Eren's dad in the flashback as Titan form, and I'm pretty sure Eren ate him, so I'm not 100% sure that his father is dead, but he probably is. I didn't see a body for long enough to confirm a death. But he was from the outside of the wall, became a doctor, fell in love with the only real person of this crazy-eyed scout crew that was training Eren and them in the beginning, who had rigged and broke Eren's equipment. I said there was someone breaking equipment. I just didn't expect it to be this time. I thought it was because other people were getting killed. Like, you guys got faulty equipment. But he had found him on the outside of the walls, realized or thought he was special because Eren's father had said he was one of the special people, and was trying to, he became like the leader of the scouts for a time before retiring because he said he wasn't special, too many people were dying on his watch, and giving that position to Erwin. But he was also friends, I don't think he was in love with Eren's mom, the scout buddy, but she was his friend. She represented what he didn't have. Like, if he had wanted to, he probably could have pursued a relationship with her or with anyone. So she kind of represented a path that was lost to him. He focused everything on the scouts and never got any admiration, never got any recognition, was cursed at, lost people, died, and apparently it's playtime. Okay, well, I gotta go play with the cat in a minute. But when he met her again, said, "You're nothing special," after she had been married to Eren's father and had a kid. She's like, "That's fine. I hope my child isn't special. He's special to me. And I just want to live a peaceful life. Is that so wrong?" And then he realizes, like, her husband, Eren's father, is someone who is special. How he heals people, how people showed up to his wedding, respected him, praised him as a doctor. And he's just leading people to their death, so he retires, or steps down, so Erwin, who is someone that is special, can probably save this world, defeat the Titans. There's something about him that makes him special. Eren says he himself is not special, but he's going to find a way to protect his friends and everything like that and achieve something. We see the after effects of when he was given that power and got the necklace, and crazy scout buddy ended up bringing him back from the forest. Overall, what I absolutely adore the ending to this first half, when they are going off to reclaim their land, and people are cheering for them. Like, this has never happened in living memory, to cheer for people leaving the wall, because it's normally seen as a pointless endeavor. There's nothing that can be done. You're just throwing your lives away. And now they truly believe that they can reclaim this land for their people, and it's a beautiful send-off. I really like season 3 so far. The first half of the first half felt too forced and rushed. Everything was kind of just going in their favor. But the last couple episodes definitely won me over. I enjoyed it, but I think I like season 2 more so far. We're going to see how the second half of season 3 goes. So, back to present day Jessica. All right, so back again. The main issue again, I have season 3 part 1 felt a little bit rushed in the beginning. I wanted them to execute and fail and regroup when they were on the run. I wanted that desperation. I wanted them looking for food. I wanted them on the run from military police. I wanted to see them say, should we kill this person who's chasing us? But they're just an innocent person in the military hunting them down. They're not someone who is active in the corruption of it. They're just a regular military employee. I compare to the ones that are higher ups and deserved what they got, and Levi improving his torture skills. I don't know. I just felt like it felt so beat by beat by beat. Have a plan, execute the plan, succeed. Okay, we've overthrown the government. This was like the fastest coup in history. How quickly they went from on the run to proven or getting the military police on their side because they did the fake out wall break, and it's just like, nope, you clearly are not meant to be in charge. We're going to take over now. It just felt so rushed and so convenient. Same thing with Kenny. I really do. I don't want to sound like I'm criticizing him, because I liked him. I liked the personality. I liked his connection to Levi. Why was he only in like 3 episodes, it felt like? But he did give us that syringe. Now, again, I've already seen all season 3, but my immediate thought for who was going to get the Titan shifting ability was going to be Sasha, because I wanted to see her in Titan form eating like barrels of potatoes. And I don't care that Titans don't need to eat. I want to see her in Titan form eating potatoes. That's all I want. I don't think I have too much more to say in terms of spoilers. I think I covered the majority of them in the season, or in the recap that you just watched. And what I do want to talk about in one of my favorite themes, I can't do for part 1. It's a part 2 spoiler. So I will talk to you especially about themes in the next video. And again, please, comment section, tell me what your favorite moments in season 3 were, what you love about, what you hate about it, and do you like the themes that I'm seeing. All right, I will talk to you later. Bye.